Listen, folks, listen. Now, tell me if I'm wrong, but to the best of my recollection, Jessica Cranshaw never left the stage during the show's final 10 minutes. If so, then I'm very sorry, but she had to have been murdered by one of you. Now, I've never had a case with this many suspects before, and I can't have each of you followed around the clock. Best I keep you under lock and key until I solve this crime.
Well, you're taking the law into your own hands, Choppy.
Well, that's sort of what I'm paid to do. That's why I have a badge and my own gun. Anyway, your being here will help you focus on fixing this show.
Fixing? Keep your goddamn hands off me, you hear?
Who's that?
Sounds like my husband on his best behavior. Guess he left New York.
Oh, he must have. He must have left New York.
And that's lucky for New York.
Well, isn't this just peachy keen? You all waited up for me. Darn it, I'm still wearing my coat.
Sorry, Mr. Bernstein. Sydney, it's been a god-awful night.
I hear you, Chris.
And I'm turning in my resignation.
I can't hear you, Chris. Hold up, boss. I can't complain. That's right, you can't.
Welcome back to Boston, Sydney.
Well,
Please, Sydney. Your stepdaughter?
oh, sorry about that, Fawn.
It's Bambi.
Oh, and last but not least, Mrs. B, my junior partner and lesser half.
All right, Sydney, let's get this over with.
What? You expect me to be upset? I'll leave you in charge of open night. Only come find a murdered leading lady, deadly reviews, and a bunch of cops who tell me I can't leave this theater.
Well, looks like you've arrived at just the wrong time for you and just the right time for me,
Excuse
Mr.
me?
13 Lieutenant Frank Shaw. Nice to meet you. Now, folks, I'd like all of you to go about your various tasks just as if this weren't the scene of a homicide. Detective McNichol.
I'll be waiting downstairs to take your personal
Right? And 8x10 glossy. I'll be speaking with all of you in the morning. Pleasant dreams, everyone.
Lieutenant? I can't be a suspect. I was in Manhattan when Jessica was murdered.
Can you prove that?
It so happens I was keeping the company of a young actress I was keeping. On Sutton Place. If I give you a name, it'd ruin her reputation.
Your chivalry is touchingly convenient.
Lieutenant, I have many influential friends in New York City.
Too bad you're in Boston.
Will you be wanting me any further, Lieutenant?
No, but I will have some questions for your boyfriend.
I don't have a boyfriend.
Oh my gosh. Actually, Miss Harris, I'd like to take you into my confidence regarding this investigation.
What's that, Lieutenant?
Well, because if I don't, we really have no reason to keep talking.
Take me into your confidence with confidence, Lieutenant.
Something is very wrong here. I've just met an opening night cast who all seem incredibly eager to close.
Well, I can understand how they might feel. They all gave up wonderful jobs in hit Broadway musicals to come up here and work in Boston. I've never worked outside of the city, and Bambi's had to fight her mother at every step just to be in the chorus, but the rest of the cast are underpaid and overworked. Though surely not enough to drive any of them to murder.
Keep in mind, I'm within arm's reach any hour of the day or night.
You think I'm in some danger?
No, that was a completely unrelated thought.
Danger on a daily basis, don't you, Lieutenant?
Oh, most of the time it's just paperwork and procedure. Detectives have no opening night, Miss Harris. We make our entrance after the curtain is fallen on someone else's life.
But it's a calling, isn't it? Like a doctor or a teacher.
Or an actor.
I suppose you're right. I can't imagine doing anything else with my life. It's not wrong to be married to one's work, is it?
Oh, no. Not at all. Although, sometimes it's funny. I love my job. I really do. And if I say so myself, I'm good at it too. I catch the bad guys, well, most of the time. So it's a good life. A perfectly good life. Not exactly sublime. When I've finished my work and I crawl into bed, I reflect as I turn out the lights that the day that's to come and the week that's ahead will be lunch counter mornings and coffee shop nights. I'd give it 2 cheers. 'Cause sometimes I think, at the end of the day, when I've read the last bird left his rights, the life that I lead is a little bit gray, with its lunch counter mornings and coffee shop nights. Lunch counter mornings and coffee shop nights.
But your acting roles, don't they make for a change?
Oh, Miss Harris, each year from May 23rd to the 12th of June, when I turn my life over to the Swallow Street players, that's more than a vacation for me. It's an overture of hope, the curtain rising on the greatest joy of my life. But the rest of the year, the life that I lead is a little bit gray. There are plenty of low days and not many highs. Mostly lunch counter mornings and coffee shop nights. I don't need to see you forward, but might I walk you home?
Oh, I'd be delighted. But you said we're not allowed to leave.
Damn.
And while you chat away, your eyes will run away.
Get out the crowd, she will your heart will pound. Like string and tea, I'll wait it out. Waited, your heart will pound.
Sorry, you're all being very patient, but I can't do this
Honey, I've seen you do
in
this.
a previous life.
Would somebody like me to
I
try?
promise they'll all adore you almost as much as
I can go from a grand to 10 right into
And
a
you're
split.
looking just great.
Impossible, I know, but somehow I managed to do it.
If one of you is the killer, would you please take her next? Technical Farrell is here with you. The last delivery of clothes from the hotel room. Please let me bundles downstairs. And in 1/2 hour, Lieutenant Goff will begin questioning altos and tenors. Folks.
Ah, rising from your interrogation, rising from your interrogation chamber.
I stretched my legs. I've been stuck in the green room all morning.
Oh, yeah, Lieutenant, at least you got to sleep in your own bed last night.
Sorry about that.
I intrigue you, don't I, Lieutenant?
Yes, Mr. Belling, as both a director and a suspect.
Lieutenant, have got your 2 haunted.
Thank God. Did you get the clothes for Nikki Harris that I asked for?
I said nothing but clothes and drains such as you have. What you doing? Setting a trap for?
Well, I'm trying to match your eyes.
Heads up, I'm closing the schoolhouse black.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Hi. Lieutenant Frank Chalky, homicide. Mind telling me who you are and how you got in here?
As a member of the press, I'm exempt from your quarantine, Lieutenant. Darrell Grady of the Boston Globe.
After the review you gave Robin Hood, I'm surprised you'd show your face here of all places.
I'm as mystified as you. The show's producers called and asked me to pay a visit.
Oh, that's right, that's right. Carmen Bernstein, Mr. Grady. You have our thanks for coming by, if not for your review.
Listen, I tried my level best to say something good about your production. I praised the choreography and that young woman who played the school mom, Nikki
Harris.
Well, I'm afraid it's all history now. My condolences on the loss of your star and your show.
When you interviewed me last week, I told you we were going to Broadway no matter what you wrote about.
We're keeping Robin Hood open, and after we've ironed out a few kinks, we'd like you to re-review it with Georgia Hendricks as the lead.
Georgia Hendricks? Your lyricist? She hasn't been in the show for years. that's some story. And yes, there is a precedent for reappraising a show with a new lead. All right, tell you what. I'll re-review your show tomorrow night.
Tomorrow?
It's the best I can do. And to be fair, keep in mind, not many shows can survive 2 bad reviews from the Globe in 1 week.
Carmen, go tell the cast we got 24 hours to do a week's worth of rehearsals. And if we fail, we live to regret it.
Oh, Sydney, I guess the reason you're such a lowlight is because I belch us so low to the ground.
Oh, good day, Lieutenant.
You just made it one, Miss Harris.
That dress goes very nicely with your eyes.
Thank you.
Really? I can't believe it. Am I allowed to offer my thanks for the kind words you wrote?
Please don't understand, Miss Harris, but I try not to fraternize with the artists I review. But let me say you did stand out in what was otherwise an abundantly misguided production.
Mr. Grady, I felt your review of Robin Hood was needlessly cruel and way off the mark.
Well, I'm not sure you know how to judge acting, Lieutenant.
Oh, well, of course. You're the expert. However, I regret to inform you that I am now placing you under arrest for the crime of murder!
What? Have you lost your mind?
Anything you say may be used against you in a court of law.
This is insane! What in God's name are you saying?
I'm saying my best lines from Agatha Christie's Murder in the Vicar. I played Chief Inspector Slack for the Native Town Players 2 summers ago. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think I was doing that for real? Gosh, Mr. Grady, I'm not sure you know how to judge acting. Go now.
Don't ring. Come out, I'll walk you to the door.
This is my acting, Lieutenant. And not just on a community theater level. I mean college.
Thank you.
And how is your investigation coming along, if I may ask?
Well, I've been looking over the show's financial records, and you know, you were right. Everyone here is working for the same equity minimum. Not just newcomers like you and Bandy, but your show's stars as well. Look, this is no place for us to talk. Why don't you and me get out of here for a little while?
Well, you will let me leave.
Damn.
Lieutenant, you must clear the stage immediately. I've just been informed I have less time to reinvent this show than Moses had to cross the Red Sea. And he had God on his side.
I'm getting reviewed tomorrow?
And Nikki, go fetch Bandy. I have no choice but to reblock in the same boat here and now.
Oh, I'm going to have to watch this.
Why? You think something's going to happen?
No, I just really like this number.
Although, what?
Oh, it's nothing. But, what? Gosh, I can't believe I'm saying this, and shoot me with my own gun if I'm out of line.
What is it?
I don't think simply changing the choreography is going to help. I mean, the music itself is sort of lackluster. It lacks
Yes.
luster. 3 women on the Arkansas River in a rowboat that's sinking fast, trying to reach the federal courthouse in Wichita before the farmers lose their land. Great stuff. It's your 11 o'clock number. But the music, I wonder, could we hear a bit of it?
Sasha? Ladies, sing for the lieutenant, would you? Here you go, Johnny. Just for you.
Same boat, on the same sea, shaking inside as the tide keeps rising. Nary a ship, nary a sail, nary a soul on the whole horizon. We are not discouraged due to the ancient one that you like to win. Take it all on the chin when you sing.
You see what I mean? For such a big moment in the show, it's sort of mild-mannered.
Strangely enough, I agree. We need a completely new composition, one that's catchier than Pink Eye.
Oh, so you want to hit?
Yes, and not some song from one of your failed shows either, Erin. None of your Eine kleine Tod music.
Listen, Chris, if you expect me to come up with anything, you have to find me a little private time with my piano and my writing partner.
I'm sorry, but your writing partner is now my dancing partner and the star of this show. We don't get the saloon number under our belt tonight, we're all finished.
Yes, and I need to see that very number this instant in full dress regalia. Johnny, tell the cast to change for the Act 1 finale from the final bars of the bar at the Barbie Bar Saloon.
Say again?
I can't say that again.
Mr. Belly's rehearsal takes priority, so if you need to change costume, go right ahead. The rest of you, please proceed to the green room where Detective O'Farrell will be fingerprinting the entire company.
What? Oh, no.
Well, that is, unless one of you would be kind enough to explain why you committed murder. So, let's clear the stage and give our composer the solitude he needs. That's it. Buy you a few minutes alone with your piano, Mr. Fox.
Alone, yeah.
It must be quite a challenge having to create when your writing partner is,
Otherwise engaged?
Could I ask, only because I've wondered this my entire life, which would normally come first, the music or the lyric?
Same answer as the chicken or the egg.
So it's the lyric.
A great melody doesn't need a lyric or a lyricist.
Well, then how do you start?
Well, you can start with a note, which can become a phrase. And then you try naming words off each branch, like trimming a tree.
Well, sounds easy enough.
Really? Well, don't talk about love, or you'll have to say fits like a glove, or certain as push comes to shove. You will pine for the woman you're constantly thinking of. You see the problem?
Dangling popsicle. Just staying away from love.
At all costs, and don't mention your life. Or you'll have to say, cuts like a knife, or refer to the heartbreak and strife. When you find that you're missing your... What?
You were saying what you missed.
I miss the music, I miss the song. Since she's not with me, it comes out wrong. It doesn't matter how hard I try. I've lost the music, I don't know why. With her. When you're writing a song and you have a partner, the room is filled with jokes and chatter. She says something, you say something. She writes a line, you play a band. But when you're writing a song without a partner, that's a completely different matter. No one tells you that's not funny. No one says, let's cut that bar. No one makes you better than you are. I can't pretend I miss the music. I miss my friend. No need to ask me what I prefer. I choose the music I wrote with her. I liked the music I made with...
Oh, sorry. Am I interrupting?
No, I'm afraid I'm the guilty party there. But, thank you, Mr. Fox, for all the insights. Miss Hendricks, best of luck in your upcoming number. We'll speak later.
I forgot my lyric. Can you believe it? Me.
Well, you're not the lyricist now. You're the star. How does it feel being back up on the boards?
Terrifying. Thrilling. I've missed
Uh-huh.
the stage.
Come on, Angel. We gotta do that away right away.
Must we?
We have one chance to win this number before we pack it in for the night. Come on, darling.
Aaron, I'm thinking you were right when you said that I was wrong for this.
Georgia, break a leg.
Thanks. You can finish the song without me.
I'm a one-man band. I miss my
I've dug up about one of you. I don't want to point any fingers, but I will have some additional questions for the person here who
Lieutenant, an urgent call from headquarters.
Shoot. Mr. Belling, just go on with what you were doing.
Yes. All right, as I was saying, I want to set our pose for the Act 1 incursion. So if you'll all please just continue to put...
As I thought. As you were. Looks like everyone here but Nicky has something to hide. There's nothing in the briefcase, by the way, except for a container of chowder from the Union Oyster House.
Oh, is it Manhattan?
No, New England. Anyway, I've questioned you all. I've made a few phone calls. And what have I come up with? A murder victim named Jessica Crenshaw, working for a fraction of her usual sum's salary. A distinguished director who despised the late Miss Crenshaw, yet slaves to make this show work all the same. A dancer choreographer who turned down the chance to work with Valentine to do a song and dance for spare change. Ex-partners in music and marriage who inexplicably reunite, though they no longer work in harmony. A one-man band named Oscar Shapiro, who, despite having shown no prior interest in theater, suddenly sinks payment after payment into this production. A company who celebrates when their show is torn to ribbons by the critics, because this means they're at long last free to take better-paying jobs on Broadway. What does this tell me? that Sid Bernstein has been blackmailing the entire company into working on this production. Damn, sir!
Okay, so when I was starting out, I gave Sid Bernstein a private audition. I hope it would stay that way.
But what about your chorus boys? You all seem to be clean-cut fellas. I mean, what could all of you have possibly done that you wouldn't want the folks back home to know?
Lieutenant, I have to think most people have something about themselves they'd like to keep to themselves.
Agreed. But I'm not here to dig up all your dark secrets. Just the one that caused someone to murder Jessica Crenshaw.
People, I had no idea that this is how Sidney was getting you all to work so cheaply. He deals with all the negotiations.
Well, he won't be able to deal his way out of breaking the law. Ladies and gentlemen, you won't be blackmailed anymore. But you're all still murder suspects. So get back to work. You may have joined this show for the wrong reasons, but you're going to press on because you've got a contract.
That's right.
And because Oscar deserves a return on his investment.
Thank you.
And because the best way for me to solve Jessica's murder is to keep the heat turned up in this pressure cooker of a theater. And lastly, because this could be a really good show. Take it, Chris.
Very good. So, company,
Ends up with striking the set.
what? No, Johnny, I'm still not finished. I have yet to fix our final pose.
Sorry.
All right, never mind. Let's have the last 4 bars. Johnny, Bobby.
5, 6, 7, 8.
I'm heading that
Why was there no curtain?
We're having a little trouble with it.
I want it down now.
All right. How's this?
Did you see something go up as the curtain came
My
down?
God, Johnny, raise the curtain, quick!
Curtain.
All right, Johnny, don't lower the curtain.
Curtain.
No! Raise the curtain!
I think we fixed the curtain. Better make it a blackout.